पौष शुद्ध प्रतिपदा दिनांक 19 डिसेंबर 2017 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 16 पांडुरोग चिकित्सित सूत्र क्रमांक 123 शंखं चक्रं जलौकान् दधतमृतकटं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छातिरुद्यांशुकपरिविलसन् मौलिमम्भोजनेत्रं कालाम्भोदोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसच्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यं वन्दे धन्वन्तरिं तन् निखिलगदवनप्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् प्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् ब्रह्मणो हि समारब्धा आत्रेयाद्येषु पूजिताम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् आयुर्वेदरतं वन्दे माधवाख्यं महागुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं शिष्येभ्यो यः प्रदत्तवान् द्रष्टा ज्ञानी दृष्टकर्मा कृतकर्मा तथैव च अध्यापकोऽभिषक्श्रेष्ठो महान् संशोधकस्तथा गुणैरेतैः समुदितैः यत्कार्यं प्रदनोति सः समृद्ध्यर्थं हि कार्यस्य वयं नुपयतामहे सरस्वत्यै नमो यस्याः प्रसादात् पुण्यकर्मभिः बुद्धिदर्पणसङ्क्रान्तं जगदध्यक्षमीक्षते आत्रेयं प्रथमं वन्दे आयुर्वेदजगद्गुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं गृहीत्वा हि सुरेश्वरात् अग्निवेशादिकेभ्यो यत् प्रयच्छत् मुनिसत्तमः प्रथमं तन्त्रकर्तारम् अग्निवेशं नमाम्यहम्। अद्य मंगलवासरः अथवा भौमवासरः पौष शुद्ध प्रतिपदा दिनांक 19 डिसेंबर 2017 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 16 सूत्र क्रमांक 123 पांडुरोग चिकित्सित यथा दोषं प्रकुर्वीत भैषज्यं पांडुरोगिणां क्रियाविशेषः एषोऽस्य मतो हेतुविशेषतः. So I tried to explain this sutra last time. हेतु विशेषतः अस्य क्रिया विशेषः मतः अयं मुख्यार्थः. यदा हेतवो विभिन्नाः भवन्ति नूतनाः वा भवन्ति तदा रोगस्वरूपमपि भिन्नं भवति, नूतनमेव भवति. नूतनाः विकाराः आविष्कृताः सन्ति. यथा इदानीन्तने काले कैन्सर् इत्यादयः बहवो रोगाः वयम् अनुभवामः. तर्हि तत्र क्रियाविशेषः आवश्यकः एव. यथा ल्यूकेमिया इत्यस्य पाण्डुरोगः इति नामधेयं वा स्यात् न वा, पाण्डुरोगचिकित्सा तत्र विपयुक्तापि भवेत्, किन्तु न सर्वथा. तस्य कैन्सर् स्वरूपमपि ज्ञातव्यमेव. ततोऽनन्तरं द्वयोरपि चिकित्सा तत्र उपयुक्ता भवेत् इति तत्र अवश्यमेव अवधेयम्. अतः हेतुविशेषानुसारेण क्रियाविशेषः तत्र सङ्गच्छते. एवमेव पन्थाः सर्वत्र साध्यान् इति. सर्वेषु नूतनविकारेषु तत्र यदि आयुर्वेदीयं निदानं कर्तुं पार्यते चेत् यद्ग्रन्थोक्तं तर्हि साधु, नो चेत् के दोषाः, कानि के दूष्याः, एवञ्च कथं सम्प्राप्तिः भवति इत्येतत् अवधार्य तस्मिन् विषये कः विचारः कर्तुं शक्यते तत् अवगन्तव्यम्. यथा कैन्सर् विषये सङ्करितधान्यानि वा सङ्करितपशवो वा एतदधिकृत्य शुक्रदृष्टि दूरकरणं भैषज्यं तत्र उपयोक्तव्यम्. अनेन प्रकारेण सर्वेषु अपि विकारेषु मार्गः अन्वेष्टव्यः इति तत्र स्पष्टतया प्रतिभाति. So I was looking at this as one of the important sutras, and When the cause changes or the cause is special, particular, then the disease is also particular or the condition is particular and treatment has also to be particular. So, Kriya Vishesha Eshosya Mato Hetu Visheshata, this is one of the important sutras from philosophy point of view. And please bear this in mind. तिलपिष्टनिभञ्यस्तु वर्चसृजति कामली श्लेष्मणारुद्धमार्गं तत् पित्तं कफहरैर्जये. Now this is Ruddhapata Kamala. And this is again a peculiar kind of thing. So we want to conquer Pitta, but it has to be conquered by Kafaharudha. So basically it is Kafaruddha Marga. Shleshmana Ruddha Marga. And so what we have to do is give Ushna Tikshna etc. medicines which will remove the obstruction of Kapha, and then the Pitta starts flowing in its way and the symptoms get subsided or the disease gets subsided. The only characteristic feature is Tilapishta Nibha Varcha. In Kamala, Netra, Mutra etc. or Pita or Haridra. And these are common in Bahupitta Kamala as well as Ruddhapata Kamala. The only differentiating point is Tilapishta Nibha Varcha. So, since there is no Ranjana of Purisha by the Pitta, it has a grey-white color or something like that, like Tilapishta. And it is the obstruction by the Kapha. And then that Pitta has to be conquered with Kaphagna Chikitsa. Now this can be a deceiving point today. It may not be Kapha, it might be a tumor. Might be benign, might be malignant. So, primary hepatocellular carcinoma is one of the features which is very common. There can be a cyst. There can be a hemangioma in the liver. And there will be this Tilapishta Nibha Varcha and Kamala. So if we just consider it as Ruddhapata Kamala due to obstruction by Kapha, it may not work at certain times. So now the sonography is a simple investigation, and with sonography you can understand whether there is any obstruction, physical obstruction by any tumor or any kind of cyst or hemangioma or something like that. And depending upon the other symptoms or other features, we may decide to line things. Sometimes it can be cholangiocarcinoma and the tumor is obstructing bile duct. Sometimes it is the colon cancer or something like that. And secondary metastasis in liver, giving rise to a tumor obstructing this bile passage. So this is a Paratantra Kamala. It's neither the Kapha, but it is the other disease. And so that has to be dealt properly. Now stenting can be done or biliary bypass can be done to relieve the patient from Kamala. This is very common in conventional medicine. So ERCP is done and they put a stent and then that helps. But this stent can be temporary or it can be metallic stent staying for a longer period. And if it is not possible to push metallic, they push plastic stent, which has a life of only 2 months. I had one case at the age of 67. He suffered from this hepatocellular carcinoma with huge ascites and Kamala. So patient was on deathbed, about to die, a week's time or so. And they tried to put a stent. They couldn't put a permanent stent, so they put a plastic stent and said that anyway the life expectancy is not more than 2 months, so this stent is enough right now. That is Ruddhamarga Pitta, as we consider obstruction from gallbladder today, is it expected from Granthakar? Mhm. No, collector sir used to say that it might be obstruction from anywhere or something. Mhm. For kapha dosha, it might be possible that if something is coming from pancreas as well, and something is coming from liver and gallbladder. So this can be obstruction at any point. And yakun samantat question tathantrani samashtita undukastham vibhajate valam maladharakala. So the maladharakala is associated with all the organs. And it might just not be from liver or something like that. But today, it is clearly seen through sonography obstruction. And when that obstruction is removed either or a bypass is created or stenting is done, the Kamala gets treated and the bilirubin drops down very effectively and very fast. And the person is relieved from Kamala. This is very well seen. I have seen this in many, many cases. So the view of conventional medicine that this is obstruction at the bile duct or something, and it might be cholangiocarcinoma, it might be liver carcinoma, it might be colon carcinoma or something like that. But these are the features, or pancreatic head cancer. That is also one of the reasons. So the Ruddha Marga, as you say, is due to kapha in Ayurveda. But today we find that it is not only kapha, it's a solitary tumor, and that is very well seen in sonography. So we had to accept this, that happens to be a tumor or something like that, or cyst or hemangioma or something like that, and that is obstructing the flow of pitta. And unless and until we treat that, this is not going to get resolved. That is very true. So, will Kamala medicine or that kapha medicine help? It may help. It may help in reducing the tumor as well. Generally, Vyosha is being used, or Arogyavardhini is used, or Paltakari Kashaya is being used. These do all help in reducing kapha and may also be helpful in reducing the tumor. Or we use Tamravasma that helps in reducing the tumor. But then we have in our mind that there is some obstruction, and not only due to kapha only, but some other factors as well. And we have to deal with that. Then only we will be able to deal with the patient. So, the importance of today's investigations. These are some peculiar cases. Like I have been treating many brain tumor cases, maybe meningioma, which is benign, or maybe astrocytoma, glioblastoma, etc., which are malignant tumors. The presenting symptom is just apasmara, or the presenting symptom is just headache, or something like that. And when CT or MRI is done, they reveal a tumor, and then conventional medicine may go for surgery if feasible, or radiation or something like that. So the treatment of epilepsy is still needed to safeguard patient from epilepsy. This is of course symptomatic treatment in conventional medicine. Levipil, etc. medicines are used. In Ayurveda, we may use Sprutisagar, Tapyadiloho, etc. But along with that, we may have to use anti-cancer treatment, which is Hiratbhasma and maybe Medo Yoga or Raktapachak, etc. etc. So, investigations do provide us certain information which otherwise we are not able to access. Either we develop insight or any other ways through Nadi Pariksha or any other means that it's not Ruddhapata Kamala caused by Kapha dosha, but something else. If we can arrive at that conclusion, that is fine. But it's difficult. And if we just keep on treating as Kapha Avruddha Pitta, this may not work. So, at least currently, we are deficient and in understanding the things in our own way. So we may take help from conventional medicine for this. And this is investigations. This is just extension or overcoming of the pratyaksha jnana through instrumentation. So that should be fine. But ultimately, we should be able to give results. Whatever you do, whether it is Ruddhavata Kamala according to Ayurvedic text or whether it is a different disease and you understand it in Ayurvedic perspective and treat it successfully, that is fine. Ultimate should be our success in treating the case, and if we understand it properly, then it will be easier for us to use cancer treatment along with Kamala treatment or something like that. रूक्षशीत गुरुस्वादु व्यायामेर वेग निग्रहे कवसमूर्छितो वायु स्थानात् पित्तं क्षपेत् कलि. So Rukshashita, this is associated with Vata. Guruswadu, this is associated with Kapha. Vyayama and Vega Nigraha, again this is associated with Vata. So no, this is strange combination. At one juncture they say Ruksha and Shita. At one juncture they say Guru and Swadu. So Guru Swadu would generally be this Snigdha and maybe Shita. And Vyayama and Vega Nigraha, these again are Vata Prakopaka Hetus. Kapha Sammurchito Vayu. And then this is Kapha Sammurchita Vayu. So Murchana, as I explained earlier, is a great thing, is a different thing. So we say that there is a Parada and Gandhaka Murchana. So the mercury and the sulfur unite to give rise to Kajali, which is a Murchana of Parada and Gandhaka. And it has special characteristic. Yoga Vahi, it can help the medicines to stay for a longer period as compared to the herbal medicines as such. That is why Mama Mukhle started with Sukshma Triphala tablet. So it enhances the properties of the ingredients. And so this Sammurchana is a different kind of thing. It is not only the Samsarga. In Samsarga, both are Prakopita with their own reasons and come together and exhibit some symptoms. In Sammurchana, it is something beyond that. They get as if amalgamated, and that leads to different symptoms or different situation. So they don't say it is kaphavata samsarga, but it is kaphavata sammurchana, and that makes a difference. So kamasamurchito vayu sthanat pittam kshipet bali. So vayu is kamasamurchita and it expels out pitta from its own place. Haritra netra mutratvak shveta varshastadandaraha. So all other remain haritra. Netra mutratvak. Only the purisha is shveta. Bhavet साटोपविष्टंभो गुरुणा हृदयेन च. आटोपविष्टंभ and gurutva in hृदय. दौर्बल्य अल्पाग्नि पार्श्वार्थी हिका श्वासा रुचिज्वरे. क्रमेण अल्पेन सज्जेत पित्ते शाखा समाचित. So दौर्बल्य अल्पाग्नि पार्श्वार्थी हिका श्वासा रुचिज्वर, and these are gradually developing. Kramena. So with this sequence, the symptoms progress. Pitte shakha samashit. When the pitta takes shelter in the shakhas, then these are the symptoms develop one by one or something like that. So तिलपिष्टनिभम् इत्यादिना शाखाश्रयकामला चिकित्सितं लक्षणपूर्वकमाह श्लेष्मणारुद्धमार्गम् इति कोष्ठस्थेन श्लेष्मणा शाखाश्रयपित्तं कामलाजनकं रुद्धमार्गं कोष्ठगमनार्थं निषिद्धमार्गमिति यावत्. So कोष्ठस्थ kapha and shakashrayi pitta, due to this obstructed way, कोष्ठगमनार्थं निषिद्धमार्गमिति यावत्. एतदेव रुक्ष इत्यादिना विस्तरेणाह. श्वेतवर्च इति कोष्ठस्थपित्तस्य मलरञ्जकस्य बहिर्निर्गमात् वृद्धेन श्लेष्मणा श्वेतवर्चा भवति. So the koshthastha pitta has this malaranjana karya, and since it has gone out into the shakhas, vruddhena shleshmana shvetavarcha, due to this kapha, so it is shvetavarcha. Kramena jvarantarehi anushajyate. Alpe pitte shakhashrite iti sambandha. आव पडते का? पण क्रमेण अल्पेन सज्जीयते. अल्पेन नंतर काय अर्थ? But that cough comes down in pravahika. The kapha comes down, and that is why there is shveta kapasruti. अनन्नाभिलाषा अन्नद्वेष हे प्रमुख लक्षण आज कामलेमध्ये दिसते, याचा उल्लेख नाही. अल्पाग्नित्व is there that may lead to anannabhilasha and annadvesha. But since there is no clear mention about that, so this kapha now today very few patients are seen with Ruddhapata Kamala like this. What we generally are seeing is due to this obstruction, due to this tumor or cyst or hemangioma. So most common is malignant tumor, maybe primary or secondary. And this may be Annadvesha and Anannabhilasha, may be symptoms found today. So we may have to link them with this tumor as such. So if we keep on noting today's symptoms and what are found, and if they are noticed in the patient and not mentioned in the text, then this might be a guideline for us to decide whether it is Granthottar Uddapatakamala or it is something new entity as what modern medicine considers it. So this might be a differentiating point, and we may suspect that this is something different. Because in some cases there is liver hypertrophy and hepatomegaly. We can feel it on palpation, but in some patients this is not. And then it is very difficult to judge whether there is some tumor inside or not, or it is just obstruction by the kapha. And when it is no obstruction, in conventional medicine, it is considered as infective hepatitis. And generally, it used to be the hepatitis B virus, HBsAg. But today, this is not the only virus. HCV is also common, hepatitis C. And then hepatitis A, D, E, there are numerous viruses. So, if at all it is damn sure that it is infective hepatitis and not responding, then one may go for investigations. So, viral profile, hepatitis viral profile, is the investigation required to be done. And NIV in Pune, National Institute of Virology, does this at a lower cost, and Gadgil Lab also does it at a higher cost. But this is not available everywhere. That is another issue. And so we need to differentiate between classical disease and today's disease, and this might be one of the points that those symptoms not mentioned in text are found today for so-called Kamala, and we try to decide on that. This is a cardinal symptom even for udara. When we find udara, jatodaka, with no padashotha, agnimandya, etc. symptoms previously, then it is to be understood that this is due to cancer, some kind of cancer, either liver or colon or something like that, prostate. And generally, patients come to us only after doing all investigations, so for them the diagnosis is clear. But this particular thing, that without this classical symptoms of Shotha, Agnimandya, Ayasena Shvasa, there might be udar jatodak avastha, and this is to be considered as serious. This is not classical udar, this is some kind of cancer or something like that. In the same manner, painless hematuria, we may have Ushnavata and other diseases, Mutrapushra, Mutrashmani, etc., which is having Sarapta Mutra Pravartan. But there is pain, there is Daha. In this painless hematuria, there is no pain, there is no Daha, and so this becomes an important symptom for us that this is something serious. So when there is a deviation found from the textual symptoms, it's better to understand it as a different entity and try to reach allopathic diagnosis. Then decide it or think about it in Ayurvedic perspective and try to get Ayurvedic treatment associated with that. So these are some important features about that. So alpe pitte shakhar samashrite kramena anusajjeta with these. This sequence is peculiar Daurbalya, Alpagni, Parshva, Arti, Hika, Shvasa, Aruchi, and Jvara. So Jvara is coming in the end. And Daurbalya is the first symptom felt. So Karmadviryam Balam Bhakti Ruchik Bhakti Balam Ojascha Hiyate. There is also a sequence in Jvara. So we may try to remember these sequences and try to understand this peculiar condition as such. So बहिर्निर्गमात् वृद्धेन श्लेष्मणा श्वेतवर्षा भवति क्रमेण इति हा. Actually, the pitta has a role. Ranjaka pitta has Ranjaka pitta nahi. Pachaka pitta has the role of Purisha Ranjana. There is a clear-cut difference between conventional medicine and Ayurveda. In conventional medicine, they emphasize on secretions coming into the alimentary canal from stomach, from liver, from pancreas, from gallbladder, etc. And these secretions help digestion. Whereas in Pachaka Pitta, Tyaktadratvam Pakadi Karmana Nalshabditam. It leaves the Dravatva and then does the Pachana Kriya. Now, where that Drava Pitta goes, Agni from this Drava Pitta helps in digestion. Where that Drava Pitta goes, it goes for Ranjana of the Purisha. So it has nothing to do with Pachana. So this is quite different from conventional medicine, whatever we have learned up till now in conventional medicine. So Tyaktadratvam Pakadi Karmana Nala Shabditam, it does the Paka etc. karma, and that is why it is called as Anala. But the Drava Gunayukta Pitta is responsible only for the Purisha Ranjana or something like that. And this is quite typical or something like that. क्रमेणिति ज्वरान्तैः अनुषज्यते अल्पे पित्ते शाखा समाश्रिते इति सम्बन्धः. So the alpha pitta is alpha and shaka samashrita, then this happens. बर्हितित्तिरि दक्षाणां रुक्षाम्लैः कटुकैः रसैः शुष्कमूलककौदत्तैः युषेश्चान्नानि भोजैः. So considering that this is Kafaruddha Pitta, Kafagna Chikitsa is introduced. So Barhi, Tittiri and Daksha, these Ruksha Amlaihi Katukaihi Rasaihi. So Nisneha, Mausarasa of these. And by Barhi we can even take Kukkuta. So Barhi is Mayura, peacock, and compared to that is Kukkuta. Ruksha Amlaihi Katukai Rasaihi. So Ruksha Amla and Katuka Rasa. Shushka Mulaka Kaulatthaihi Yushaischa Annani Bhojan. And Shushka Mulaka Yusha or Kulatha Yusha. This is also very common, particularly for Kapha dosha. And with this, the food should be given. Matulunga Rasam Chaudra Pipali Varichanvitam Sanagan Pibet Pitam Tatha Seti Swamashaya. So Matulunga Rasa with honey, Pipali, Maricha, and Vishwa. So they don't say Vyosha or Tikatu. Separately, Pipali, Maricha, and Nagar are said separately or something like that. So Sanskrit wise, Matulunga Rasam Chaudra Pipali Marichanvitam. So this is to be mixed together first and then Sanagara. Then Nagara is to be added or something like that. It's not Tikatu to be added directly. So Pipali Maricha and Chaudra Anvita Matulunga Rasa is one combination. First combination. And then that has to be taken with Nagara or Shunti. So this is rather strange. And I really want to find out places from Samhita wherein on the basis of background grammar, particularly making some समास असमास करणं नाही ह्या सगळ्याचा आधी एकत्र करून घेऊन मग नागर मिसळायचा बरोबर आहे ना but what is to be given मातुलंग रस should be given how it is to be given Shrit Shaudar Pippali and Maricha Anvita and what after that what is to be added is Nagara or something like that and then तथा ऐस्य ऐति सोमाशय how come they will tell particular animal Mausarasa? Are we still not able to understand the logic, sir? No one has to rely Natipatya Shikipatya Shrotra Swara Vayadrisham. Tadvacha Kukutaha Vrushaha. We may have to look into the properties and actions and of those. They are given in general from a varga and for a particular species like that, like Mayura, Kukuta, etc. So we may try to find out the logic behind that. That is possible. And sometimes if we don't understand the logic behind, then we have to use it because it has been said in the text. That's all. But anyway, this might be a good way of understanding how the things are. So what I was emphasizing on the fact that the use of grammar in understanding text and how do we do it. So this is a good example that what would be the exact meaning of this. Otherwise somebody would say Pipali, Maricha and Nagara is there. So why should not we put Tikatu directly instead of using them separately? But there is a sequence in it. And that sequence is important. So like this, Datar Guruji was very particular about medicine preparation. In Tribhuvan Kirti, he said that the Vatsanava should be mixed with Tankana first. Because Tankana is the maraka of this Vatsanava. It reduces the side effect of that. And then other medicines to be added. So he has a particular sequence in his mind, though this has not been mentioned in the stanza or original text. When they mention that this is to be done first, then this, that, then that, like that, that is fine. When it is not mentioned, then one has to have some logic behind that. What is to be mixed first, what is to be later, or something like that. And if any samskara is to be done, then that is still a different issue. So, I was emphasizing on use of grammar as such. And this was one of the expectations from me by Sir. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it. And now it seems very difficult. But I may guide people to do that. That is quite possible. We have to find examples like this from the text and try to come up with proper meaning and see whether the translations today are in tune with this or not, or something like that, or the practical application of that is in tune with that or not. So subject and predicate, what has been said exactly in this stanza, that is to be understood, and we try to follow it in the same manner. So not taking a step that this is Trikatu, so let us have Matulunga Rasa, Chaudhary and Tikadu. That's all. It's not like that. So, in Nirohabasya also they say Makshikam Lavanam Sneham Kaltan Patamiti Kramat Avapet Duhanam Esha Sanyojana Vidhi. There is a Sanyojana Vidhi like that. But therein they clearly mention like that. Here also they clearly mention what is to be added first, what is to be later or something. So we need to understand this properly and then implement it. But this emphasizes on use of grammar, understanding grammar in understanding text, and at certain places this may throw light in a different perspective. बर्हि इत्यादिना कफारं पित्तवृद्धिकरं च समं चिकित्सितं प्राह यथा शाखाश्रय दोषस्य वृद्धि कोष्ठानयनार्थम् उक्तं हि वृद्ध्याभिसन्दनात् पाकात् सोतो मुखविशोधनात् शाखां मुक्त्वा मलाः कोष्ठं यान्ति वायोश्च निग्रहात् इति. So pittan, when they say pittan kapahara jayet, it is basically the reduction of the kapha, which is obstructing pitta, and then the pitta will start flowing. Now Chakrapani Datta is giving some other explanation. The Shakashraya dosha, when it becomes Vruddha, then it starts flowing to Koshta. But this doesn't go well because it is already obstructed by Kapha. So if you increase Pitta, still the oppression, this obstruction will remain. So Kafahara medicine, which is Ushnavirya, may do both the things. It will reduce Kapha and it will also increase Pitta and allow that Pitta to penetrate Kapha, whatever is remaining, and come into the Koshta or something like that. So Vruddhyabhishandanat Pakat, Vruddhya also the doshas come to Koshta, that is true. But here it is difficult just by Vruddhi because there is already some obstruction by this Kapha. So one has to remember this in mind. So this would be working more on the Kapha and removing the obstruction, and further it may bring this Pitta into the Koshta. कटुतीक्ष्णोष्ण लवणैर्वृषाम्लैश्चाप्युपक्रमः आपित्तरागात् चकृतो वायुश्चाप्रशमात्. So katu, tikshna, ushna, lavana and vrishamla. So two amla. Matulunga rasa is two amla. There is no doubt. Chapi upakramaha apittaragas chakrata. So till the purisha gets ranjana by this pitta, this has to be continued. Something like that. Vayoscha aprashamatma. Until the prashama of the vayu, this has to be continued. So apparently it's pitta increased shakashraya and the treatment is of kapha. This sounds a bit strange, but ultimately this is going to bring the pitta to the koshta and the symptoms will get subsided. So apparently even when the pitta is major or something like that, it is exhibiting its symptoms and still we are not going to treat pitta, we are going to treat kapha. On the contrary, we may be using medicines which are increasing pitta when there is already increased pitta or something like that in shakas. But still this works and till vayu prashava and pitta koshtagamana happens, this has to be done. स्वस्थानम आगते पित्ते पुरीशे पित्तरंजिते निवृत्तोपद्रवस्य स्यात् पूर्वः कामलिको विधिः. And when the pitta returns to its original place, purishe pittaranjite, and the purisha becomes pittaranjita. Now this is strange. This reference is in Pandurogadhyaya while treating Kamala. But this is a normal function, truly speaking, of pitta. And in normal functions of Pitta, there is no mention of Purisharanjana by Pitta. तम चलः उत्साहोच्छ्वास निश्वास श्रेष्ठा वेग प्रवर्तरी संविज्ञाच धातूनां अक्षाणां पाठ्यवनेच अनुग्रहणाति अविकृता पित्तं पत्युष्म दर्शने शुत्रदृष्टि प्रमामयधाधीशौर्यतनुमार्दवै. Therein they don't mention Purisharanjanaihi or something like that. So from Vikruti we try to understand the Prakriti. So what is this is abnormal. Ranjana, no Ranjana or Purisha by Pitta is abnormal. And from that we learn that Ranjana of Purisha by Pitta is normal or something like that, is Prakriti. So when it happens, then one has to understand that the Pitta has returned to its original place, and all Upadravas, this Daurbalya, etc., they subside. And then one has to follow Purvak Kamaliko Vidu, Bhavita Kamala Vidhi should be followed by the person. आपित्तरागात् चकृतः इति यावत् कोष्ठमार्गस्थो मनो न रञ्जते तावत् पित्तवर्धनं पूर्वः इति पूर्वोक्तः कामलिको विधिः इति कोष्ठाश्रये कामला चिकित्सितं कर्तव्यम् इत्यर्थः. So initially we have to use the Jatopata Kamala Vidhi and then return to Bahupitta Kamala Vidhi. यदा तु पाण्डोर्वर्णस्यात् हरितश्चावपीतकः बलोत्साहक्षयस्तन्द्रा मन्दाग्नित्वमृज्वरः स्त्रीषु अहर्षो अङ्गमरुदश्च श्वासस्तृष्णा रुचिर्भ्रमः हालिमिकं तदा तस्य विद्यात् अनिलपित्ततः. So this is another upadava, halimaka by Vayu and Pitta. So harita shava pitaka is the varna. Balotsaha so they diminish. Tandra mandagnitvam mrududvyaraha. Mandragnitvam should be mandagnitvam. And mrududvyara, strishu aharsha. So this is something different symptom. In the Vyutpatti of Kamala, Kaman Lati iti Kamala. So it destroys your desires. And this includes desire for sex as well, or something like that. Kodatkar sir was treating a case, and there was severe Kamala. His father was also a Vaidya, a BMA Ayurvedic graduate. He consulted Antarkar sir. Antarkar sir is a self-limiting disease, truly speaking. There is no treatment. Why? This is infective hepatitis. But still we use Arogyavardhini, etc. That didn't help, and bilirubin kept on increasing. This is what to Kodatkar sir. His marriage was settled, and Kodatkar sir used Vasantu Sumakar, and the patient got relieved and got cured. So he said, Kaman Lati iti Kamala. So there is provocation of Kama, particularly when marriage is settled or something like that. And that is destroyed by this Kamala. And so there might be use of this Vrusha Dravya as such, in such cases. And Vasanta Kusmakar is one of the medicines for that. Actually, it is meant for Prameha, Amrapitta, etc. But anyway, Kodatkar sir used it successfully, and the patient was treated. So, Strishu Aharshaha, this is a peculiar symptom, and that goes well with Kaman Lati iti Kamala. And we may have to use this. So, even in cancer patients and other patients, this might be of help to use medicines like Vasantu Sumakara. यदा इत्यादिना हलीमकमाः अयमेव तन्त्रान्तरे लाघव संज्ञा अलस संज्ञा च उच्यते. So in other texts it is called as Laghava or Alasa. Uktami Ranga Jvaranga Brahmadaha Tandra Shayanvito Laghavapo Lasascha Tam Vata Pittat Haritpita Neelam Halimitam Ch.Chi.16. He has given the same symptoms, and it is called as Halimaka by others. So he is referring to Charaka. यच्चापि तत्र भिन्नवर्चस्वं सा चापि कामलावस्थैव न पृथग्रोगः उक्तमी तंत्रांतरे संतापो भिन्नवर्चस्वं बहिरन्ते च पीनता पांडुता नेत्ररागश्च पानकी लक्षणं मतम्. अरे आणखीन वेगळं केलं. So when there is भिन्नवर्चस्व, then this is a kamala avastha, no separate disease, and this is called as panaki by some other text or something like that. गुडुचि स्वरस क्षीर साधितं माहिषं घृतं सपिबेत त्रिवृतां स्निग्धो रसे नामलकस्य तु. So this is peculiar. Mahisha Ghruta is particularly mentioned, and Guduchi Swarasa Kshira Sadhita. So this I have used in Halimata or Kumbhakamala particularly, and it works fine. Might be the Ruksha, Shita, and Vayu is Prabala or something like that, and so Sneha and not Gogruta but Mahisha Gruta is more snigdha. That might be the reason of use for using that. But it's the Guduchi that is the medicine that is used. So snigdha, with this snehapana, when he is snigdha, then rasa namalakasya trivitampive. Then with amalaka rasa should be given. Now there is a generalized concept in Kamala that no ghee, no oil, something like that. And people feel no, there is no proper digestion and these things should not be given or something. It is true that there is no proper digestion, but we have to see the avastha. And Pandurogit Vivesar pe Adav Kalyanaka Vayam, they start with Snehapana itself. So Ati Mandagni may not be given Snehapana, but Mandagni can be given Snehapana. Only thing is we have to observe the Snehapana rules for that. So people are afraid when we start saying that you start with tadka or start giving ghee. They say no, it is still Kamala and so we don't want to give it or something like that. But if you are sure, then you may go for this, and this works fine. There is no doubt about that. Virukta Madhura Prayam Bhajet Pitta Nilapa. And after Virechanan Madhura Prayam Pitta Nilapa. So Vasvang Pitta and Vata medicine should be used. द्राक्षालेहंच पूर्वोक्तं सर्पिंषि मधुराणि यापनान् क्षीरवस्तिंश्च शीलेत् सानुवासना. So Drakshaleha, Madhura Sarpi, whatever have been said, particularly the Jivantyadi or there is a particular Gana for this. And Yapana Kshiravasti with Anuvasana. So this categorically say that it is to be given along with Anuvasana, not only Kshiravasti or something like that. In Mustadi Yapana, Chakrapani Datta says that there is no need to give regular Anuvasana in those cases, but they use only Mustadiyapana or something like that. Mardvikarishta yogamshcha pibed yuktya agnibuddhaye. And this Draksharishta and other yogas should be drunk for agnibuddhi with yukti. Kasikam chabhayaleham pippalim badukam balam paisa cha prem jita yatha dosham yatha balam. So abhayaleha explained in Kasa-Chikitsa Pippali Madhuka Bala. This is to be used with milk. Yatha dosham yatha balam. As per dosha, as per bala, or something like that. So Pippali we are trying to use in Kapha Pradhanya or something like that. Madhuka and Bala. this we are not using actually with milk. Sometimes Kshirena Yashti Madhukasya Churnam I try to use it as Medya Rasayana in certain cases, but not every time. गुळीची इत्यादीना हलीमक चिकित्सामाह द्राक्षालयांच पूर्वोक्तमिद्वाक्यलांशां तुगाक्षीरिम् इत्यादि ग्रंथोक्तम् इहैव यापनावस्थया सिद्धिस्थाने प्रोक्तः कासिकं चाभायालयमिति अगस्त्यहरितकिम् तत्र श्लोकौ पाण्डव पंचविधस्योक्तं हेतुलक्षणभेषजं कामलाद् विविधा तेषां साध्या साध्यत्वमेव च तेषां विकल्पो महाव्याधिर्हलीमकः तस्य चोक्तं समासेन व्यञ्जनं च चिकित्सितम्. So he summarizes. So 5 types of Panduroga with Hetu, Lakshan, Aushadha, with 2 types of Kamalas, Sadhya Sadhyatva of that. Tesham Vikalpo. So Vikalpa Samprapti. Yashchanyo Mahavyadhi Halimaka. And Mahavyadhi Halimaka. With Lakshana and Chikitsita. This all has been said in this Adhyaya. Iti Agnevesha Kurte Tantre Aprapte Dodhabala Sampurite Chikitsa Sthane Panduroga Chikitsitam Nana Shodashodhyaya. पांडव पंचविधस्य इत्यादीना संग्रहः सच व्यक्तः एव. श्रीचक्रपाणि दत्तविरचितायां शारदा तात्पर्य टीकायाम् आयुर्वेद दीपिकायां चिकित्सास्थाने पाण्डुरोगचिकित्सितं नाम षोडशोऽध्यायः. सप्तदशोऽध्यायः हतातो हिक्काश्वासचिकित्सितं व्याख्यास्यामः इति महाभगवानात्रयः. पाण्डुरोगकारणात् हिक्काश्वासयोः कारणत्वात् हिक्काश्वासयोः पाण्डुरोगानन्तरम् अभिधानम्. So we'll continue with this tomorrow. Anyway, on my website gadgilayurved.com, www.gadgilayurved.com, the foundation cancer course is now open. The subscription is 4,500 rupees. These are recorded lectures. One has to go to the website and search in e-learning and then follow the link further for login, membership, etc. Make payment, and then for individual that lecture will be made available as per his username and password. It will be there for 1 week. So within 1 week at your time you listen to that, and in this way this will go for another 4 months minimum. And then I will deal with the advanced course of cancer. All of you are requested to join this course and study at home, and then we go for advanced course. That should be fun. So gadgilayurved.com, this is the website. Ayurveda prakando nigaditaihi shalyatantra pradhanaha शिष्येभ्यः शाश्वतोऽयं निखिलजनकृपा व्याप्तचित्तेन येन आयुर्वेदस्य वाञ्छन् पुनरपि भुवने ताञ्च सुष्ठु प्रतिष्ठां श्रेष्ठं धन्वन्तरिं तं प्रणमति च सदा वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम्. विरम्यते व्याख्यानव्यापारात् श्वः पुनरपि मिलिष्यामः.